Sigma, it's time to awaken. The light bringer comes. Pierce the veil of darkness, ignorance. Remember, one important fact in your patriotism, that it's only treason if you lose. Do you know that the colonists who waged a revolutionary war against their king, against their brethren, wearing the colors of a different flag, only paid 1 to 2% taxes, and this enraged them so much so that they put aside all the love your neighbor as yourself Christian boy mentality, the Catholic boy mentality, the Protestant mentality of love your neighbor. They put it aside for 1 to 2% taxes to a king whom they were sworn to bend the knee to, a king who had given them a new kingdom to manage and thrive in. But now, all you MAGA supporters, make America great again, yippee-ki-yay, Donald Duck, whack. Now, my friend, we pay 10 to 37% taxes, if you're lucky. And the poor people, yes, the poor people in this country pay more taxes than the filthy, rich money hoarder parasites. Now imagine that. So when you got Donald Duck quacking up on stage and the news reporters reading a script that says, without any evidence or statistics or facts whatsoever, you blindly believe that one person over another has won a democratic election without any proof or evidence. And we believe it because the man on the news who works for the corporation who owns the news, who just so happens to be someone who profits off. What do they profit off? Who owns the news? Who owns the president? Who owns your flag? I wonder. But to start a war, it's to kill my neighbor to the left and to the right for 1% or 2% of my money in taxes. But now, to be okay and comply with a mafia in place of a king, taking 10 to 30% of taxes on my work, on my purchases of food and clothes and essentials, my lottery winnings, sometimes up to 40 or more percent taxes. For you to win by chance, you must pay. Kind of reminds me of that old Italian mafioso loan shark coming to collect that protection money. And interesting that it is actually mostly them protecting you from them. Imagine that. So, to all the nationalists out there, patriots, if you do not understand the simple fact that it's only treason if you lose, then look it up. Look up what treason is, okay? Because in this country, America, hooah, where the good old Christian white boys expanded to the west, kill them in Indians, good old Christian boys. On Sunday, we love our neighbor. On Monday through Friday, and even on Saturday, we're going to shoot them engines. Come on, America. How do we make America great again? I say this a lot, and maybe it doesn't get the rhetorical antagonization. It should. When do we make America great again, Donald? Is it when women couldn't vote? Because the news wants you to believe that y'all didn't vote for a woman to be president. Is it when women could not own land when their father died or their husband died, and now all of a sudden they had no rights to their own home or property? Is it when we were so tired of the nonsense of war that we were the only and first country to drop nuclear weapons, not on military, but on a civilian population? 2 of them, in fact. Is that when America was great? Them good old Christian boys used the nuke just to show they could. Not because they had to. Was America great when we had slaves? When we were accepting of racism and dark-skinned people had to ride on the back of the bus or drink from different water fountains or use different bathrooms? When was America great? I wonder this every single day when I see y'all Trump boys with your red hats talking to me like I'm the one that don't have no common sense. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I get dollar bills, y'all. So you're right, I ain't got no common sense, because I put that shit together and I make the almighty dollar. Got the pyramid on it, the Ordo Sclorum, the Novus Ordo Sclorum. Actually, that's the new shit. So, if we fought our ancestors, the colonizers here, the whites, fought a revolutionary war for 1% to 2% taxes, physically, they killed each other, murdered their brothers.
There are police reported ahead.
But we comply to 10% to 37% taxes now. So people like the Donald and his little club can sit on top of billions of dollars preaching the disgusting songs of capitalism, the biggest lie that was ever sold. Work for $1 to make your master billions. This, my friend, when we open our dictionaries of truth, this is called volunteer slavery. Yes, you and I are but slaves, bending our knees not only to these capitalistic mafioso clubs, but also to the thoughts and beliefs that they have molded for us. They have taken our minds since we were babies and trained us like dogs, domesticated us in a sense. Wild dragons, Dravians, born in the skin of men, taught to be hairless monkeys, trained on command, not only to act, but to think, to believe. If you control how a man believes, a monkey, if you can control how an entire collective of monkeys, hairless monkeys, Homo sapiens, if you can control how they believe and what they think, Sigma, dark Sigma, you can control what they will do. And they will only do what you tell them to. For you have raised the entire generations of blind who cannot see what they see. They live and breathe in gaslight and see this, the colors of it, the smell of it, as the only truth. So, if you care about the power of the people, and know that it has always been greater than the people in power, it all goes back to your belief and who you realize you truly are, what you are, and what the beliefs in your mind are actually doing.